It was an awful performance. Oh, yeah. And they deserved to win the basketball game. I forgot to say that.
Today, Pop is mad.
What's new? Not his team. They're old.
Just enjoy it now. It's almost over.
Yeah.
Lasers.
Lasers. Gotta say it like Dr. Evil, baby.
Is that how he says it?
Lasers.
Keep your shirt on, please.
Oh, well, if you want ratings, I'll take mine off. Sports Nation starts right now.
It looks pretty good.
Not bad.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota.
Welcome to Sports Nation. We have like a mini crowd today. My name's Beadle. That's LZ, Marcellus. We're hoping E40 can join us in a bit.
E40 in the house, baby. Come on, do one more time with me, baby. Pop it, baby.
I actually Googled some stuff, so I have some
please.
terminology
You know some
that I'd like to
hippie-hology now?
unleash on the
Please no
E40.
Wikipedia when E40 comes up here.
Yes, I did the Google.
Oh, God.
It's on.
Little Yahtzee time.
Is Little Yahtzee going to be on the show soon? Officially terrible. NFL refs had another rough night by many accounts. First, they called DeAndre Hopkins out of bounds on what probably should have been a touchdown. And then there were two poor spots late in the game, which cost Houston what would have been a key first down. Now, there's been plenty of controversy surrounding refs all season. Bill O'Brien, your thoughts?
I've considered challenging many plays today. I mean, let's go back to the first quarter. Was Hopkins out of bounds on that play? No. So, look, I'm not going to sit up here and get fined. I'm just third-year coach in the NFL. I thought he was in bounds. So start there, and then list all the things that I could have challenged.
He's going to list them all.
List them.
This is just an ongoing trend of bad nights for refs, yes?
Well, I wouldn't even go to bad night for the refs. I think they got that call correct with DeAndre Hopkins. You see him running the entire time, putting his heel down, and then on one questionable step with the right foot crossing over your body, they're going to say now that heel didn't touch the out-of-bounds barrier. I think it did. With that said,
Next one.
I know who didn't see it. Coach on the sidelines wasn't able to see it because we're not able to see it. What's happening here is because of all of our access, we have a little bit of knowledge, but we don't have complete knowledge. Therefore, we're starting to see all of these issues come to light. That's all this is.
I don't have as much of a problem with the spots not being right because at the end of the day, it's very difficult. You can't even really use technology yet in order to help you spot the football correctly. But it really looked like dude was in bounds the entire way.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. And when you look at it on the camera, I don't understand how you can come back and not just say, my bad, and still going to go, no, we're going to stick with it.
So where's the issue
At which
here?
point did he step out of bounds? Where is he out of bounds? Where, Marcellus?
There.
There. We just say a random there. Just a random.
No,
listen.
Watch, here it comes, right there.
Exactly.
He running so fast, I can't say it.
Exactly.
Then.
It's okay, refs, to say we missed it. It's okay to say we messed up. But don't come back and tell me, no, we were right. We were right because we got video, dude.
The one video has a coach's head exactly in the spot where you're supposed to see the heel touch. And why would you think a referee who's sitting there watching every step just wants to blow it coincidentally at the one step that we can't see it? He's not doing that because he's sitting there with malice. He's doing it because he sees him.
As if a ref won't miss a call?
Oh, they miss calls.
Are you suggesting they can't miss a call happening right in front of them?
But
are you
I think he's suggesting they wouldn't do it on purpose.
They wouldn't do it on purpose, and that's excess to assume that they did it.
I'm not saying they're malicious. I'm just saying they were messing things up.
I don't think they missed that one, though, LG.
Let's continue speaking on this game. Last night, Brock Osweiler got a big old laser pointer shot at his face a few times. Obviously not the greatest thing that can happen to a quarterback in the middle of a play. Brock, what's it like dealing with all those laser beams? What is that?
Experienced, a laser being shined into my eyeball during a football game, but it certainly affected how I was playing and able to see downfield and whatnot.
And whatnot. Your thoughts? I mean, wait.
Yeah.
Who is the grown person who left the house that day and was like, oh, wait, I almost forgot my laser pointer. Gotta bring it. And then just does this for like 3 hours.
Believe it or not, this happened all the time in soccer. So much so that FIFA had to ban it. See, look at you. That's what I'm talking about. I couldn't see you now.
See, that's the problem.
Where you at? That's the problem.
And that's not what they brought. That little thing works.
Yeah, this is like one of these like gun ones. This is not right.
They brought, I don't know how they even got that into the stadium because the width and the diameter of what was being shown
It was like Star Wars.
Yeah, like, that's like barely. I could barely see that. On
But they should have delayed the game. Like this is a mishap by the NFL officials and NFL security to stop someone who is visually impaired, the most important position, the quarterback position. He can't see on certain plays, certain throws. Not only is that a safety issue.
I'd like to see that machine they brought.
Yeah, it has to be huge.
Like a laser
It's
beam
like
to
a
a
cranking,
machine.
like
Right.
because it's this big
It's huge.
when it hits it.
And actually,
That's a
when I went and did some research, and Massachusetts Institute of Technology says that green laser beam can actually cause harm to your eye.
Yeah, it's a safety issue.
It's a safety issue in addition to it just being a distraction.
That's why you can't
And
aim these
impairing
at
your
planes. That's a problem for the pilots.
Exactly.
We
It's
do
a
not
federal
want pilots
offense.
having problems. Yeah, well, it's hard enough to fly a plane. We don't need to make it more difficult.
More
Who's
than
some-
I do know it's hard to fly a plane.
Because it's a 50-50 chance you're going to make it
Yeah.
to where you're going.
'Cause you
Last night, the Spurs played the Mavs, the worst team in
Which
the
airline
league.
you on?
Team that's also missing most of their starters. Despite all this, it was a close game. I don't know why. The Spurs won, and Pop just not thrilled.
That was a pathetic performance on the part of the Spurs. I thought we showed a lack of humility, a lack of respect for the opponent. A very pathetic performance at both ends of the court, both in execution and in grunt, in fiber, in desire. It was an awful performance. Oh, and they deserve to win the basketball game. I forgot to say that.
If there's a single person out there that has one iota of a problem with that, show yourselves now.
Yo, if Pop says they played poorly, they played poorly.
Okay.
I'm signing up with Pops. I mean, they
Okay,
had
good.
Steph Curry looking like Steph Curry at one point, so I think
Yeah.
he probably was accurate in them sort of underestimating him.
Yeah, this is what coaches do when they're focused on process.
No, this is what great coaches do.
Corrected. I stand corrected.
Yes,
Great
yes.
coaches, the Nick Sabans of the world, Bill Belichick's, Gregg Popovich. Process, forget results. I don't care what the scoreboard says. Are you creating good habits or are you creating bad habits? So it's great to see someone who can isolate the variables and say, I don't like what I saw. I know you guys won, but this will catch up to you going along this season. And I respect Pop for saying that.
Plus, this is kind of a nice way to sort of give a heads up to the new dudes on the team. Like, this is
Yeah.
what Pop does. Every once in a while, he's going to call you out publicly, and then
Yeah.
you need to know how to deal with that in the locker room.
And this is how you
Fix
set
it.
expectations for a new culture with new players in the sense of, hey, Tim Duncan's not here anymore. Those 5 championships are of yesteryear. To do something this year, you guys got to go out there and play a certain way.
Now, one of those new players was sitting last night, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Right.
So, but LaMarcus Aldridge wouldn't have been out there stopping Seth Curry from hitting wide open threes either. So,
Yeah.
No, plus he has a season under his belt. I'm talking like the dudes who have not dealt with Pop yet. This was probably like a wake-up call, a little bit.
I like
Maybe,
it.
perhaps.
I like it.
Some jeers. Shall we get to those? We've got 3 of them. Tyler Irvin, Texans-Raiders game.
You want a laser
I'll
in
be
his
honest
face
with you,
too?
this laser thing I'm holding is real stupid.
Did a laser hit him? Because why did he drop that ball? Oh.
man, I had some tequila down in Mexico City, I see.
Oh, you know that with the worm in it? I never want to get that drunk.
No, sir. It is protein, though. I mean, if you really want to look at it
Oh,
positive.
God,
Okay.
you eat roaches.
2 cheers for Aaron.
You do eat roaches.
I like roaches.
Oh, God. You should
Isn't he
have.
a former Spur?
Oh, we should have grew up
He
together,
is.
Mama.
By the way, I don't know what happened. Everybody moved to Detroit and got real stupid hair.
Even the ones from there.
Wow. If
Got him.
E40 was here, he would tell you Jesus had dreads.
Yeah,
That's in his
You
lyrics.
are not Jesus.
Oh, this field was horrible.
It's, I mean, you
Between
know.
the drop balls
What are
and
you
the
gonna do?
slipping. Yeah, it was
They
pretty bad.
host one game every
I don't know
so
who you
often.
blame. Yeah. I don't know who you blame there.
We are going to come back, lucky for you, with a B block. That's what we call it in TV terms. We'll see you in a minute.
Let's do it.
This is the worst laser pointer in the
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back. We continue the theme of basketball. Last night, Marcellus' Clippers improved to a league best 13-2 after they beat the Raptors. Toronto head coach Dwayne Casey had this to say about the Clippers after that game. Quote, this is the best team in the league. Marcellus, go.
Is that a quote? It's starting to sound like an echo chamber at the top, where every single team, every single great coach, great players come into Staples Center, or we see them on the road, and once again we hear this. But you know what? This is a ceremony. Every single week, it's time for Clip City, Chip City. Roll it, baby! Clip City, Chip City. Yep. This is a super team only by the purest definition. Clip City, Chip City. My team that are hotter than Nana's twice baked potato. Clip City, Chip City. Clip City, Chip City. Clip City, Chip City. Oh, and somewhere in between there, Mama, did you see that 24-point?
Can you settle down? Can we please read these numbers and settle down?
Who's at the top of the standings?
I know, but what? It's not even December yet.
Oh, now you want to go to the calendar. I want to go to the standings. Look at those standings right there. We're sitting at the top.
Good Lord. Can I have turkey before you start freaking out about all of this?
There is one reason why Coach says they're the best team in the league right now, because they just got done whipping his ass. That's the only reason why.
What?
You heard me. That is the only reason why they said that. They haven't played Golden State Warriors yet.
December 7th.
They haven't played the Cavaliers yet. Those are the top two teams in the league until further notice. And oh, by the way, they haven't given notice.
Look, offensively, I give you Golden State. What they're doing offensively is unreal. But defensively, they have issues, and they know it. They're going to have to make a move because their defensive presence in the paint is a problem. We have 3 athletic bigs that will run the floor and will punish you down low.
How many blocks did they average last year?
Who's that?
6.1, Golden State Warriors.
Oh, Golden State.
How many blocks they average this year? I'll tell you, 6.1. It's a fallacy. It is a fallacy. I'm sorry. The numbers are the numbers.
Can we?
Who's the number 1 defense in the NBA?
Right, and that's fine. But can we just all agree that it's not the numbers that we're arguing with this Clippers team? Because right now, there's really no argument. They are the best team in the league by the numbers.
Agree.
What we're going to argue at some point down the line, probably sooner rather than later, is the mental state of this team and the spirit of this team and what they do when it actually starts to count. That's the part where some of us are like, shut up, Marcellus.
And you know what? My counter to that is the mental makeup of this team, because of what they've been through the last few years, has finally added up to a place. As you graduate through your pain, they have finally failed forward to a place where they're hungry every single night. We haven't seen this before.
There's only one piece of evidence to suggest they graduated, and that's that they've been somewhere. So they haven't actually graduated. They're still pretty much in the same spot.
That defense is number one.
Which is a team that has not advanced to a Western Conference Final.
They are legit. Thank you.
But can we just always add right now?
They've been legit. They've been a threat.
We haven't beat the Spurs by 24 like we did a week ago.
Oh,
give us some.
Right.
Give us some.
But it's not. I'm going to have some turkey and some stuffing, some mashed potatoes. Then I'm going to open some presents.
Who's cooking?
Then I'm going to have a New Year's celebration. And then I might, maybe a Valentine's Day card.
Okay.
Then I will start to worry, maybe think about it.
Okay.
But right now,
well,
you can have
we'll
your
have that
party.
film ready for you. That clip will be ready for you.
Was that me begging for a Valentine's Day card? Because I was. Back to football.
There you go.
Thank you, baby.
Love, Mama. Mama want love.
Adrian Peterson could be back on the field for the Vikings by mid-December, and this is all despite suffering a right lateral meniscus tear earlier this year. Vikings right now 6-4, absolutely a contender, but he has suffered this knee injury before. Simple. Should he come back?
What is he coming back to?
That's the question.
What is he coming back to?
That team?
That team was the worst offense in the league.
Well, make it better.
The worst offense in the league.
Come back and make it better.
Oh, really?
They're in the hunt.
Because when he was there, 14 touches, 26 yards.
Okay.
The first 2 games
and
of the
then
year.
the first game, 19 touches, 31 yards.
First
It
2
is
games.
possible that the 31-year-old Adrian Peterson is not the one we romanticized and thought was going to be showing up this season. It is possible that the big 30-year-old running back has slowed down. So I would say, if you are slowed down and your team sucks, and the Minnesota Vikings have lost 5 or 6, and that one that they did win was because of 2 special plays and some defense. That's the offense.
But then what are you saving it for?
Wait.
What are you saving it for?
What are you saving it for if you're 31?
You're just going to get older.
Exactly. Things won't get better by your formula. It will get worse. So guess what? This is the same guy who came back within a calendar year from an ACL injury.
How old was he?
He was younger than this one.
That's all I'm saying.
Science tells me.
Yeah, he's younger than this. But the point is, if that was a worse injury and you came back and played great, why can't you do it this time when your team is hanging in the balance at 6-4? You can leapfrog some teams if you bring him back and he's fresh.
Which teams?
Green Bay?
Are they already ahead of Green Bay?
Yeah, those are the teams you got to get past.
At best, they're going to be 9-7.
Okay.
9-7 does not suggest they're going to be better because I looked at the schedule.
And you can't predict. Can't predict their wins and losses. They could go and run the table.
50-50.
They can run the table.
If they
have the
ran the
worst
table at the
offense
beginning
in
of
the
the year.
league. The worst offense in the league.
They won 5 straight. They ran the table at the beginning of the season.
I can't argue with you on predictions because I don't really do that. But the question really is, what are you saving it for? Like, that's the only question I have for you.
So here's the opportunity for you to perhaps maybe don't come back to the Minnesota Vikings, but you come back as a second back for a different team.
Wow.
Maybe.
Where would you like him to go, LZ?
Well, I like Dallas for him.
That crystal ball you got is
I like
dusty.
Dallas actually for him because their offensive line. Look, Nerve Turner quit in the middle of the season. There's a reason why that team sucks.
Coming up. Man, you are just spicy today.
And you a Detroit fan? You calling them sorry? You calling them
Full
sorry?
disclosure.
You guys, we're about to make the show real sexy. We're going to sell some sex. We don't do that here very often. But today we're doing that. I give you Bill Walton shirtless. Next.
This is Sports Nation.
Time for Pulse of the Nation presented by Toyota. Here's Bernardo Osuna on the streets of Mexico City.
Man, you really got to get up early to take advantage of the day here in Mexico City before Monday Night Football. I hope Caro Padron hurries up to pick me up. Oh, there she is.
Hey, Bernie, how are you
Thanks
doing?
for getting up early. I'm doing well.
It's
I appreciate it.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
I heard Xochimilco's good. Can I buy souvenirs there for George and Marley?
Yes, of course. Vayamos juntos.
Vayamos.
Bernie, this is the Xochimilco market.
Can I try?
You have to try something spicy.
I am King Julian. I really want to thank you for taking me on this wonderful tour. Don't move, because I still have to get the souvenirs that I bought for George and for Marley and for Chad. He's going to love what you chose for him.
Oh, say hi to Chad and the guys.
I'll definitely do that. Gotta go to work. Bye. Drive safe.
What in the what just happened? And why is Marcus Allen in a boat in Mexico
What is
City?
going on?
All right, there's Bill Walton. You're trying to steal, like, Bill Walton's
Yeah, I
office.
can't even talk about this right now.
I have to, but I can't.
They got to reopen the OJ trial.
What was happening in that video?
Marcus in Mexico.
Now we got the information we needed.
What?
Can they rerun the OJ trial now? We found the missing clue. All right, here we go. Let's talk about Bill Walton. Looks good. I will say that. If you're Luke, you got to look in the mirror, a little double take. Like,
I'm on the right track.
Daddy got me.
There you go.
Good genes right there. Good genes. Not bad for
Why were they eating snacks and carrying around a giant stuffed
on a
animal?
pinata.
Loser.
They were like on a floating pinata.
Whoa.
So confused.
Oh, here's the deal. I'm going to give this to you real short. Bow Wow lied, said he was going to the suite, but the Falcons are on a bye. What's his problem?
Trying to lie to the people on the phone. We trying to act too hard, trying to act like he's big time, got caught. Oops.
I was being
And also,
lied.
why is Bernardo acting like he was sleeping in the middle of the street?
Yeah, Bernardo.
That wasn't even a real yawn.
Yeah. And that's not an Uber driver.
Who's she? She's
wasn't
great.
an Uber driver?
She kind of was the star of that video. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, she was.
What
A
were
lot
those
going on.
snacks?
You're lucky,
Snacks
Bow
look
Wow.
good. Winner, Fearlessness, 5'9" Isaiah Thomas, 6'11" Gorgie Jang. But let's get back to the video.
Yeah, let's do that.
So,
What's next?
tell me what the point of it was.
The point? I think that blue truck was the point.
The blue
we saw
truck
the
was
blue
pretty.
truck was the main character.
Yeah. I guess what I really need to understand before I go to sleep tonight is, what is Marcus Allen doing? Why was he on a boat?
He heard
Some
free
water.
groceries in Mexico. He's like, I'm all in.
He's just like, hey guys, come on to my boat.
Well, the peso is down now.
That's true. Maybe he's on
Toyota look
vacation.
good.
They just ran into
At least
him.
the truck looked good.
Loser, charity stripe. Andre Drummond, 2 free throws, missed them, so he stayed after the game in uniform. Practiced, but he still didn't make any when he was practicing.
People at the club like, dog, you missed us. You sitting there shooting
I
free
know. He
throws. Get
probably
your butt to the
had
club
really
if you're going to sit there and
fun
miss
stuff.
them. Come on, man.
I got to keep it real. Why was he out there at the end of the game anyway? We already know he's a bad free throw shooter.
Why you
Why
gotta
put him
bring
in that
everybody
position?
down, you party
Why did you put him in that
Yeah,
position
you're
to
that
begin
guy.
with?
What's the good
Him
club
and
in
DeAndre
Detroit?
Jordan. Sit him down.
Hey, where do you go at night in Detroit?
Yeah, what's the name of that
They're not
club?
in Detroit. They're not in Detroit. They're in Auburn Hills.
Well, I know, but like,
where
listen,
you go?
you're
By the
supposed to
time they
keep
get
it
to
up
Detroit,
just
it's
for NBA
midnight.
fans.
What
By
they
the way,
got?
they are moving to Detroit.
Winner.
Stimulus package?
Oh, I have a pet peeve with this video right here.
Great
So this
recession?
kid nails the half-court shot, wins $5 grand. My issue, What's he supposed to do with $5 grand? Why not more money? That's a hard shot.
Oh, it was a penalty because he was going to get more, but he stepped over the line. That's what happened.
Oh, come on.
Sounds good,
Should
though.
at least win a car. Marcus Allen won a free trip to Mexico City. Give this kid something else.
You make 2 out of 3, you can join Marcus in Mexico. That's
On a
what
boat.
the
It's a nice soft shot. Well done, young
That's the
man.
worst. Yeah, that is hard to do. Good job, brother. Oh, man.
Juju on the beat.
Juju on the beat.
Last night,
Juju.
Kyle Lowry was feeling the beat.
Hey, LZ, you ugly. You your daddy's son. You don't know that song. You
I don't know that song.
Kevin Durant was jealous of the relationship at
Yeah.
one point. You think he still is, or do you think he's found love and he's good?
After seeing this video, he won't be.
Whatever, I love these
That's
two
not good.
so much.
Yeah, but one of them's not doing anything.
this
The other
is
one's
how
not
they
doing it
are.
well.
This is
One's
how
not
they
doing it
are.
well, and one's
You
not
don't
doing
know.
anything.
You
So,
don't know nothing.
where's Russell Westbrook when you need him?
Wow, really?
Where's Westbrook when you need him?
Hey, y'all, what did I tell you at the top of the show? Who's going to be here?
Who's going to be here?
Who's going to be here?
Who's coming?
Guess who's here?
Who's coming?
He made it. Because the LA traffic monster tried to
Oh,
eat
look at that.
Tell me what he did.
He's here.
Getting hype. How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, man, we've
They're
been
gonna
here
love-
waiting on you.
They're all going to be
I borrow your
best
chain.
friends.
Let me get that
Thank
chain.
you so much, bro. Thank you so much for
To you
coming.
later.
Damn.
That's how television works.
This stereotypes is real, man. Come on time, man. Next time. Get on time.
Hi.
Always get on time.
How are you?